back to my channel. As you can see in my bowl, I've got lamb cutlets. I don't know how many pieces, I think there's about 20 in there, which I've washed in distilled vinegar and added some fresh lemon. Next picture you'll see this is what it looked like. As you can see, all the junk and gunk has come out of it. So right now what I'll be doing is adding in my seasoning. So this is Piri Piri seasoning. Just eyeball it. Literally, this is my garlic powder, black pepper, ground black pepper that is, and all-purpose seasoning, and then some chicken seasoning, and shortly I'll be just mixing them. Like I said in my previous video, this is not made for myself, that's why I'm wearing gloves. If it was, I would not be wearing gloves. Just stirring that in, making sure all the seasonings is covering my lamb. So right now I'm putting some cling film over this and putting it in the fridge for about 2 hours to let it marinate a little bit. To my pan here, I've got 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. So I'm just adding in my lamb cutlets. This is on low heat. I don't want it to burn because shortly after I'll be putting this in my air fryer. I'm just making space, ensuring that they're all being fried equally. And I'm just covering it so it moistens. So right now I'm just turning them over. Look how beautiful this looks, and when I tell you, it smells absolutely beautiful. So I'm just covering that again, and I'm just taking them out of the pan. This is what they look like once they're out of the pan. They've fried nicely. So I'm just adding in my second batch of lamb cutlets. Now I'm just adding in my lamb cutlets in my air fryer. So my air fryer is going to cook this thoroughly. It's literally going to seep through the meat and it's going to get into the pink parts that I've been showing, and it should turn it brown. So onto my stew now. I am just cutting up some vegetables, onions and yellow bell pepper. I'm going to eventually blend some of them. So just bear with me. This knife is pretty small and I'm trying my best not to cut my fingertips. You know, I just thought I'd rather show you guys everything rather than it already being all set up, because usually I've already chopped them all up and all I do is just add them to the pot. So this time I'm just showing you guys how I actually chop up my vegetables. Finally, I'm chopping up my yellow peppers. I speeded this up a little. So my blender now, I have got my yellow pepper, I've got 2 Scotch bonnets which I've chopped in half and deseeded, and I've got 2 chopped tomatoes, and I've added my onions in there. So this is the oil that I used to fry my meat in, that I'm just going to reuse with all the seasonings. So right now I've just added in my onions, I've added in my blended ingredients that you saw before. So I added a bit of water just to, you know, get the remaining juice out, and then I'm adding in my seasonings. I boil seasonings. I didn't bother measuring, I just added it in, just eyeball it and just keep tasting it as you go along. So I'm just mixing that in. Added in 6 bay leaves. So I added in my minced garlic off camera. So wash your rice. I use Basmati rice. You can use whatever rice you want. You can use long grain rice, whatever rice you want, but I prefer Basmati rice. So I'm just mixing that in. So adding a bit of water just to give a bit of moisture. And I'm covering it, letting it cook and do its thing. As you can see, my rice is nearly cooked. Now onto my lamb cutlets. Guys, look at this, beautiful. So I'm adding in my sauce and I'm showing you what it looks like. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.